So President Trump is promising to take his anti-crime fight to more cities around the country.
Chicago and New York could be next. Doug Lazater has more from Washington this morning. Doug, good morning.
Good morning. And the president says he's seen positive signs based on what has happened here in Washington. And he apparently has a list of other cities where he would like to try a similar approach. And at the very top of that list, apparently, is Chicago. Demonstrators in Washington heckle police and federal agents during a house search. But despite the controversy, President Trump says his federal takeover here, that includes the deployment of National Guard troops, has been a big success, pointing to a significant drop in crime in recent weeks. And he says this model could soon be exported to other cities.
Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent, and we'll straighten that one out probably next.
The city of Chicago does not need a military occupation.
Over the weekend, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson bristled at the suggestion, and despite his city's high crime rate, he says the numbers have been falling. And Maryland Governor Wes Moore invited the president to visit Baltimore.
The reason that I've asked the president to come and join us is because he seems to enjoy living in this blissful ignorance, these tropes and these 1980 scare tactics.
The president responded to Governor Moore on Truth Social, writing, "As president, I would much prefer that he clean up this crime disaster before I go there for a walk." And as for Chicago, he's promising big changes.
That'll be our next one after this, and it won't even be tough.
Okay, and as far as D.C. is concerned, one federal official says that last night they recovered 10 guns and made 86 arrests. Bob and Jen.
I wanted to ask you more about the arrests. Do we know what those arrests were necessarily for? Most of the arrests, I guess there have been hundreds in D.C. by now, have to do with immigration, but what about the others?
You know, we haven't really seen a full breakdown for all of this, especially with the numbers that just came in last night. Immigration enforcement, though, there's no question, has been a big part of this.
We want to ask you, Doug, what's something else that's unfolding there on the East Coast there in Baltimore. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, at the center of immigration controversy, released over the weekend from federal custody, but detained by ICE agents again at the Baltimore office. He went there for a required check-in. He spoke to some of his supporters there. There was a big gathering in front of that office. We want to listen to this first.
Con mis hijos.
When I was detained, I remembered memories with my family, going to the park with them, going to the trampoline with my children.
Esos momentos me darán fuerzas y esperanza para seguir luchando.
Those moments will continue to give me hope to continue in this fight.
Has been arrested at this hour, and he could be deported to Uganda?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he was apparently presented with a deal where if he essentially pled guilty to the charges of human smuggling that he has been accused of, he could go to Costa Rica. If he didn't, and he really continued to fight this, he would be taken perhaps to Uganda. So we're still waiting to see exactly how this is going to play out. We were told that he had up until this morning to make that decision.
Uganda, an interesting country, right? He has his attorneys are saying that he has no ties to Uganda. He can't speak the language. This is going to be a hardship for him. And yet the U.S. has an agreement with Uganda to be able to take undocumented immigrants like this.
That's right. And, you know, Costa Rica would be the other option. And if he went to Costa Rica, we're told that he would not be detained there. He would not be incarcerated there. He would be free to live his life there. But he would have to plead guilty to these human trafficking charges.
Very interesting.
All right. Doug Lazater for us there in Washington. Thank you.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.